JL Rock, and we are here at the whiteboard with our first item in Diamond Week, and this item comes to us from Diamond Select. We contacted them talking about our toy donation drive, for our call to action toy donation drive, and they sent us a cool box of stuff. And there's going to be a lot of that showcased in what I'm calling Diamond Week. So make sure that you hit that sub, the notification button, all that stuff, because there's going to be a video every weekday showcasing the stuff that we received from Diamond Select to review, as well as items that are going to be donated. But today we're talking about the Marvel Select Thor Special Collector's Edition action figure. The way this is presented is nice, especially for people who like to keep things on card. So this is really cool. On the side here, it's got the sweet artwork. That's awesome. Looks cool. And on the back, has some blurbs about Thor. Action figures that they offer in that line, which is pretty sweet. So, yeah. Let's pop this up, because I'm not here. I kind of like this how it opens to the side like that. You see that? That's really cool. But let's open this thing up. Alright, cool. Alright, so I guess since the base came out first, let's just talk about that. So what's really cool about this base is it looks like stone, right? And it looks heavy, but actually look, underneath it, it's actually hollow inside. So I think that that's sweet, but I mean, it really looks good and it feels good like when you touch it. And then on top here, you'll see the little peg, so you can actually mount him on it as well. So that's really cool. That's really sweet. Oh, and yeah, so back here, you can also mount this on your wall. So that's really cool. It's really flat, so it can just sit there on the wall and it looks really sweet. So let's see the figure itself. Oh yeah, you're free. Free yourself. All right. So let's see. All right, so he's looking awesome. I mean, the design and everything. I like the hair. I like the sculpture on the wings, on the helmet. These are like plastic, so it's like, it's not like super brittle. Like, I'm sure like if a kid could pull on it, yeah, they could mess it up. But for the rest of us, no, it's really good. But I really like the look of the uniform itself, because not only is it true to form, but it looks worn. Like sometimes you see some action figures on, on heroes and stuff where the costume is like a little bit too clean. I like how this is clean, but it still looks like, hey, this guy goes to war in it. The chainmail, it's shiny, but it still looks like it's actually used. It doesn't look like he's just wearing this out to the ball or something. And same thing with the cape. Like it's rubber, but it has a good form, it has a good color, and it looks like it's been used. It doesn't look like it's brand new. And I don't know, maybe collectors can tell me if that's something that sometimes you like it to look more brand new. I personally like it to look like he's in battle. So like here, let's see, you can see. There we go, as good as I can get. So you see here on the belt, like same thing. Like it looks worn. It looks like he goes and wears this to battle. It's not super shiny, but still looks really good. And I like that there's like creases, like, sure, how many people still iron their shirts? Maybe that should be our question of the day that doesn't really have much to do with action figures, but just look at that. I love the fact that it's not like perfectly pressed and straight. Again, it's sweet. Same thing with the boots. Like you see the wear here around the straps and everything. It looks like this is something that is worn. Behind the cape too, same thing. It looks cool. Same thing with on the cape itself, like how it's designed. So all the way through. Now of course on his hammer, same thing. It looks like he hammers things with it. It's not a showpiece. It's not just there to to look pretty. He uses it, and I like that it's actually bent. Like if you see, it has a curve. Like it's so that when you do like a pose, like he's like spinning it, like it has that look like, okay, it's movable, like he's able to swing and hit you with it nasty style. So I think that that's really cool. I love the look, I love the design and everything. Let's talk about articulation. So we'll start at the bottom. So you can move around the ankles up and down, help you get those poses right. Same thing with the knees. You can turn, you can also bend. It's like, this is brand new, so it's stiff, but you can see here both of them bend, and you can turn it. Same thing with the hip. With the hips, you can turn and move that around, get that swivel going. That's really nice. The waist, same thing. Get that, look at that swing, bam. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You got the waist. So of course with the hands, same thing. You can twist the fist all the way around. You can bend the elbows. Get his little flex on. Look at that. Look at that. The gun show, baby. Yeah. And then the same thing with the shoulders, move it around. Of course, the cape here, you know, and plus it's new, it's gonna be a little tight, but I like that because you want to be able to pose it. Head, you know, most of it is like just turning, you know, nothing crazy, but there you go. And then of course, you know, with the hammer, same thing. You know, you can take it out of his hand. It has the little strap down there, and you can move it around. So I think that's sweet. All right, let's get a nice little profile of this guy. All right, so there he is on the turntable, Thor looking sweet. I really have to say that this is definitely a collector's edition just because of a mixture of the design, the articulation, just how it looks, how it's presented. It just looks awesome. It's definitely for any collector who likes this line or is really just a fan of any type of figure of this type. I think especially if you're collecting some of the other Diamond Select lines of the same kind, it's just going to look really, really awesome next to it. So it's definitely something that I would add to my collection. So it's just great to have it. Let's take a look at it. Take a look at it on its base now. All right, so here he is on the base, and as I said, there is the peg so that you can put his foot in there, and it holds in pretty nice, and it looks pretty sweet. And you can mount it on the wall. Now there is one thing I do want to say. So as you can see, one of his hands are open so it can hold his hammer, but the other one is in a fist mode and you can't change that, so just be aware. Also, the strap doesn't actually go around all of his 4 fingers. You could put it like on his thumb, but that's about it. So I guess if anything, if I had a criticism about that, it would be that maybe extra hands or something would have been cool, or if you could have done more with the fingers, because you can kind of squeeze it in, but not really. Also, the handle on the hammer, you can kind of adjust. You can, you know, it's like a rubber type plastic where you can move it around, but it still kind of has that bend. I don't know if it's just mine. Collectors tell me if you have this, is yours more straight? Because even when I try to bend it kind of straight, it kind of goes back. But I'm sure that there's things that you can do to fix that. It's not a problem. But yeah, between that, the strap, the closed fist on the left hand, you know, things like that is like, okay, that's cool. It doesn't bother me that much, but it's just that if you wanted to do more action, or if you wanted him to hold like another weapon that you had in that hand, that you can't. But overall, I think it's a really sweet figure. I think that it's something that you could definitely pose and take pictures with, or if you just want to hang it on your wall. And I really like that part, because sometimes people run out of room on their shelves, but you still have plenty of room on your wall, and with this you can mount it on that. So it looks really sweet. So I give this my seal of approval to go out and get that, especially if you're interested in it. And I thanks again to Diamond Select for sending this to us to take a review of it. But remember, give us a like, a sub, all that stuff, because it really helps out the channel. But until next time, remember our motto: no discount, no deal. Catch you next time.